Hey, honey, what's going on? I could hear you crying.
I'm really scared, Dad. I have my big end-of-year exam tomorrow, and I know I'm going to fail. I'm so stupid. I can't remember anything.
Never say you're stupid, sweetie. If you say those things out loud, your mind will start to believe them. And I'll tell you something for a fact. You're definitely not stupid. Far from it. In fact, I would say you're one of the cleverest, smartest, kindest people I've ever met.
But if I don't pass the exam with a good mark, I could end up in the lower group, which is for the stupid kids.
Whoa. There's no such thing as stupid, firstly. Let's be clear on that. And secondly, no one in the world is good at everything. Except for me, of course. But look at you. You're great at history, English, art, and Spanish. Who cares if you're not so good at maths and science? Maybe you won't be an astronaut.
But what if I end up in the lower group? Everyone will laugh at me.
You shouldn't worry about something that hasn't happened yet. That causes you even more stress when you think about it. Focus on the positives and things that you can control, and everything will be okay.
I don't know if I can do the test. I'm too scared. I'm not sure I remember everything. My brain is full. I can't get any more in there.
It's okay to be nervous before a big event. Everybody is. Even the biggest pop stars in the world get nervous before they go on stage when they've done it 1,000 times. I bet you even Harry Styles still gets nervous when he goes on stage, but the nerves all go away the moment they start to sing. And I think that'll be the same for you tomorrow when you go into the exam.
Do you ever get scared or nervous?
Well, let me tell you, when you were born, I was very nervous. When we were rushing to the hospital, I was running around in circles. I didn't know what to do. Luckily, Mummy knew what to do. And then there was the time when I changed your first nappy. That was scary. All that poop from such a tiny little baby, and it was everywhere. And the smell, oof, that was even more scary.
When was the last time you were scared or nervous?
Well, that's easy. Recently, I had a very important meeting.
Hello, Mr. Sterling.
Hello.
Please have a seat. We will call you shortly.
Okay, thank you. Hey, how's it going?
Not bad.
Been here long?
About 10 minutes. Feels like I'm at the doctor's and they're about to give me the bad news. Last time I was at the doctor's, it wasn't very good.
Why? What happened?
I got stabbed and shot.
Jesus Christ! What happened?
These things are usually silly. And in hindsight, whatever happened could have been avoided. But sometimes shit just happens because it's got to. You know what I mean? I stopped at the all-night store, which is just around the corner from my place. It was late, I was tired, and the guy I was supposed to meet hadn't turned up. So I was super pissed and was grabbing myself a Coke for the walk home. I love a Coke. No better drink in the world than a nice, cold Coke. This literally sends tingles through me. It's like a liquid gift from heaven. Anyway, Mo runs the shop, top bloke, always got a smile on his face. The guy never sleeps. I'm convinced he must have a twin. We always say the same joke. Hey Mo, where's your twin brother? He's with your sister. So as I was leaving, I opened the door to let this guy enter. A gentlemanly thing to do. But he walks right in like I wasn't even there. So I said to him, "Excuse me, a thank you would be nice." And the little guy turns to me and he says, "I didn't ask you to open the fucking door for me." Phil, I'm a nice guy. I live in a tough world. But where I come from, manners matter. Yeah? I get it. All these new millennials now, everyone's got ADHD. Can't live without their phones. But we all know what's right and what's wrong. We all know the difference between good and evil. But let me tell you something for nothing, pal. Start giving someone attitude
trouble will find you very quickly. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I guess so. Polite's good. I like polite.
So I say to the little whippersnapper, "Did your mother not teach you any manners, son?" And then he snaps, "Don't talk about my mother, you motherfucker!" But a little ironic and funny when you think about it. So I start laughing, and Moe's laughing, and the kid isn't sure what's going on, so I say to him, "I don't think I've ever met your mother." But you never know. I knew a lot of girls when I was younger. "Have you got a photo you could show me?" Then he loses it. "I told you, don't talk about my mother!" So I tell him, "Calm down, boy, or I'm going to have to teach you some manners myself." I can see Mo is getting a bit nervous, so I reassure him. "Mo, don't worry. Kid's going to be leaving soon. I'll pay for any damage, okay?" So he can get on his way and start to think about how to respect his elders. I wanted to give the guy a break. He clearly had no clue who I was, but decides to go all in with more screaming. "Fuck you, old man! You're not too old to be learned!" What sort of grammar is that? Be learned? You're not very bright, are you? Why don't you go home, get yourself a book, and not get yourself into any trouble?
So not only is he short on manners, he's short on education as well. That's a double negative. I don't need negatives in my life. I'm all about peace and love. I even do yoga. But there I am in need of at least 2 positives to balance out those negatives.
Yoga. Who'd have guessed?
Then the stupid bastard pulls out a knife. What is it with these idiots these days? This isn't Mo's problem, but this bit of fun has obviously escalated. "Put it away, son, or you're going to find yourself in a whole heap of trouble." But the little bastard was quick. There I am sitting in the middle of Mo's shop with a knife sticking out of my hand. "You stupid, stupid boy. Now you've made me angry. And I don't like being angry."
Look, the stupid scar.
Well, it does look rather painful.
Ah, got lucky, went straight through. No damage.
Now we find ourselves in a little situation. "Mo, lock the door." Should have been at home in front of the TV by now, Netflix and chilling in my sweats. Anyway, it was at this moment he realised he'd fucked up. I just want to make it clear, I'm not a violent man. I have to tell you, Mo was a hell of a cricket player when we were kids. Opening batsman, cracking coverage. Mo isn't as fit as he used to be. And after all that, he was breathing out of his arse. I mean, he's sitting in the shop all day, so I have to imagine that's the most exercise he's had in years. In fact, the last time I saw him do any exercise was when we were kids and we got chased out of the kebab shop because we didn't have any money. Incredibly, Mo Shist on a mix survived a mile run and climbing over 2 walls. So now we have to do the clean-up. It all got very messy. I pay Mo for his troubles, give him a nice bit of bunts because I have to take his old crappy car as well, and he won't be getting that back. In fact, I think I'm doing him a favour. He's been trying to sell it for the past 2 years. I'd like to say that was the end of it, but someone up there, or down there, has a macabre sense of humour. Because when you think I've had more than enough negatives for the day, some idiot steps out in front of me.
Luckily it was quiet and no one was around, so I guess that's at least one positive. But all of this drama because one guy hasn't got the common courtesy to say thank you. Well, the whole thing could have been avoided with basic manners. You know what I mean?
I mean, well, I guess so. It did seem to escalate rather quickly.
Mr. Anderson, you may go through right now. They're waiting for you.
Well, very nice to meet you. Maybe our path will cross again sometime.
We are running a little behind today. It's been a busy day, but I'm sure it won't take long. Mr. Sterling? Mr. Sterling? Mr. Sterling! They're waiting for you right now. You may go through.
Thank you.
Ah, Mr. Sterling. So very nice to see you. Please, do come in. Please have a seat. I am Mr. Godfrey, and this is Mr. Lewis. Would you like a drink? Coffee or tea?
No, nothing for me, thank you.
We have an espresso. Are you tempered with the dark side of coffee, as Mr. Lewis likes to call it?
I know, but thank you.
But Mr. Lewis is not a fan of Nespresso, are you?
People who use Nespresso thinks IKEA is an acceptable place to buy furniture. This is the end of civilization as we know it. Fresh ground coffee, put into a French press, wait for 5 minutes, press the button and pour into a cup. Simple. This is a thing of beauty. The world is turning upside down.
The world is changing, Mr. Lewis. People like convenience. It's not like the old days anymore.
Not everything needs to change, Mr. Godfrey. And not every change is good.
There's water there on the table. Help yourself. Relax. Don't be nervous. Right, Mr. Sterling. Shall we get straight to it? Both Mr. Lewis and I have been looking forward to meeting you. Looking at your profile, we can see you have a varied history and a lot of experience. We both are very interested in having you join us. The question is, where do you best fit in? Where do you belong? With me or with Mr. Lewis?
The question Mr. Godfrey and I have been asking ourselves is, after all what you have done, where do you deserve to go? Mr. Godfrey, I think Mr. Sterling is one of my team. I like him. He's got something that look about him. He's got something hidden. What shall we call it? Talents.
I know you would like Mr. Sterling to join you, Mr. Lewis, but we must be mindful to make the decision based on all his experience. Not everybody is perfect. We both know that. But we know some talents, as you call them, outweigh others. But I've made up my mind, and I've decided that Mr. Sterling would be best coming over with me. So it's decided then. Mr. Sterling, I'm delighted to have you join me. Soon you'll get to grips with what we do here, and you'll enjoy what we have planned for you. And soon you'll get to see old friends, and I'm sure they will help you settle in quickly.
Well, thank you for your confidence in me. I'm sure I won't let you down.
I'm sure you won't.
If you make your way through that door, Miss Angela will see you for your final formalities.
Thank you very much.
So you got the job? That's great. That Mr. Lewis doesn't sound very nice.
No, he really wasn't very nice. But Mr. Godfrey was lovely, and I was so glad he picked me. So, I went in with such a positive attitude, I did everything I could, and everything worked out well in the end.
I'm glad for you, Daddy. I'll do the same tomorrow. Positive attitude.
That's right. Just do your best, and everything will be okay. And if you go into the exam and you give 100%, well, that's good enough for me.
Thanks, Daddy. I feel much better now.
Okay, come on then. Let's get you tucked in so you're nice and fresh for tomorrow. I love you. Sleep tight.
I love you too, Daddy.
Hey, honey, come on. It's time to wake up. Did you have a good sleep? Are you all ready for your big test today? Come on, you're going to be late if you don't hurry up.
I'm ready.
That's the spirit. It's good to hear.
I was really nervous last night. But Daddy came and told me a story about when he was nervous, and that helped me a lot.
Lucy, you have to stop saying these things. It upsets Mummy too much.
But Mummy, it's true. Daddy comes when I need him. He's my angel, watching over me. That's what he told me.
Stop. Just stop. You have to stop saying these things. I know that you miss him, and I do too, even after a year. Look, it's great that you have these dreams about your dad, but you have to stop saying that he was here. It's too upsetting for me. And I'm sorry, Lucy, but Daddy isn't coming back.
Hello, Mr. Sterling.
Oops, clumsy! Oops, clumsy!
I have a feeling that our paths will never cross again.